Oh wow, I just love the TV. What do I want to watch? Maybe a soap opera or a documentary or the wildlife documentary. That'd be nice. Let's see what else is on the TV. Hey, Mom. Hey, daughter. Hey, Olivia. Hi, Mom. How you doing today?
I'm good. Just came out of nursing school. Crazy.
Oh, how was class?
Oh, it's so long and
Oh,
hard.
oh, I'm sorry about that. Well, I was just looking at the TV. Should we see what's on?
Sure,
I was
Mom.
going through the guide. Oh, how about this? Here's a little news station that's talking about multiple sclerosis. Have you learned about that in class?
Not really.
Not really? Oh, maybe you can learn something if we watch more of it. Let's see.
Good evening. Tonight we're taking a closer look at multiple sclerosis, commonly known as MS, a chronic neurological condition that affects nearly 1 million people in the United States. It's a disease many people have heard of, but not everyone fully understands it. So tonight we want to break it down in a way that's clear and real. To help us do that, we're joined by Nurse Kendall and medical social worker Caitlin. Thank you both for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Let's start at the beginning because I think a lot of viewers might recognize the name MS, but aren't exactly sure what's happening inside the body. What is multiple sclerosis exactly?
Yeah, sclerosis or MS is an autoimmune disease where the immune system attacks the protective covering of nerve fibers called myelin sheaths. And this protective layer helps signals move quickly through the central nervous system. And when it's damaged, something that we call demyelination, communication between nerves slows down. And this is what causes the wide range of symptoms people with MS experience. And the damage can also create visible plaques on the optic nerve, spinal tract, and brainstem.
So it's almost like the body is accidentally attacking its own wiring, causing messages to get scrambled or slowed. That definitely sounds serious. How common is MS?
Yeah, researchers have estimated that around 2.9 million people worldwide are living with MS, and one of the most challenging parts of it is we still don't know the exact causes. So what we do know is that MS is more commonly diagnosed in women, and symptoms often appear in people in their 20s and 30s. There's also research suggesting a connection between previously having mono in the past and developing MS later in life.
That's really interesting. So, young adults and women are especially at risk, and past infections may play a role. Let's talk about what people might notice. What are the signs and symptoms of MS?
Yeah, so symptoms vary a lot from person to person. The most common ones include fatigue, numbness or tingling in the limbs, muscle weakness, troubles walking, dizziness, vision problems, and issues with balance or coordination. And some people may even also experience cognitive challenges like memory or concentration difficulties. Symptoms can appear suddenly or gradually, and they might come and go over time.
That part always surprises people, the come and go element. Can you walk us through what that actually looks like?
Yeah, of course. So many people with MS experience exacerbations, also known as relapses, where their symptoms suddenly worsen over days or weeks, and then these relapses are followed by periods of remission where symptoms partially or fully improve. This pattern is typical for the most common form of MS called relapsing remitting MS. And this type treatments like disease modifying therapies can help the frequency and intensity of relapses.
And these flare-ups, they aren't always predictable, right? What triggers them?
Right, so relapses can be triggered by stress, infections, heat, or sometimes no clear cause at all. At the core of MS, it's the immune system creating antibodies that attack the myelin sheaths, damaging nerve communication, and that's why symptoms can vary so widely.
It sounds very overwhelming, but there are treatments that really help. Can you talk about what's available to patients?
Definitely. Well, there's no cure for MS, unfortunately, hopefully in the future, but right now treatment focuses on reducing symptoms and helping patients stay independent. So, for example, Botox injections can help reduce muscle stiffness, especially in the arms or legs. And other treatments include medications for pain, bladder issues, or fatigue. And physical and occupational therapies can help with mobility and daily functioning. Stress management strategies and cognitive exercises are also important.
So Botox can help with stiffness, therapies help with muscles working, and then medications can manage things like fatigue or bladder problems. It sounds like treatment plans are really individualized to help people stay active and maintain independence.
Yes, exactly.
Now that we've covered how MS affects the body, we also want to highlight something that often gets overlooked, the emotional and social impact. That's where our medical social worker comes in. Caitlin, what does your role look like for someone with MS?
Yeah, so a big part of my job is helping patients and families navigate the emotional strain that comes with the uncertainty of MS. Symptoms like mobility changes or cognitive difficulties can cause patients to fear becoming dependent. Families may feel overwhelmed trying to adjust. A common misconception is that needing help means a person can't live independently, but that's not the case. That's not the case. With proper planning, support, people can maintain a very active and independent lifestyle.
And support systems really seem to make a big difference. How do families and loved ones play into this?
Yeah, families play a huge role. I help patients and families communicate through the diagnosis, cope with ongoing changes, and connect to support groups. On the practical side, I help with little things like home modifications, mobility aids, therapy referrals, workplace accommodations, and guidance through insurance or disability benefits. The goal is to reduce stress and allow people to keep living their lives comfortably and safely.
So receiving support doesn't take away independence. It actually helps protect it.
Exactly. When families learn strategies together, like pacing activities, planning for flare-ups, and creating routines, it boosts confidence for everyone. MS changes the how, but not the ability to live fully.
Thank you both for sharing both the medical and human sides of MS. It's clear that managing MS is not just about treating symptoms, but it is also about community, education, and support.
Thank you for helping raise awareness. Understanding MS helps people seek care earlier and maintain a better quality of life.
And we want patients and families to know they're not alone. There are resources and support systems ready to help.
That's all for tonight's segment on multiple sclerosis. Thank you for tuning in.
Boy, nice and early in the morning. Oh, I slept good last night. Let me see if I can. What time is it? Where's my alarm clock? Oh, I can't really see anything. Where's my glasses? Oh, they might not be with me. Olivia, will you come and give me my glasses? I can't really see well.
Hey, Mom, that's really crazy how your eyesight went really bad crazy. Isn't that like a early sign of MS?
Could be, but I wouldn't be too worried about that. We just watched that news station that did it. I think you're just paranoid. We have bad eye genetics in our family. I think it was just at some point in my life, my vision was gonna get blurry. That's fine.
Well, I guess that's something we should check out for, but right now let's make sure you're living a healthy lifestyle because certain gut bacteria can cause MS. But for now, a lot of MS people can live independently, so that's good. But even if you can't, I'm happy to take care of you.
Oh, I appreciate that. Well, I'm not too worried about it because some of the early symptoms of MS were the muscle weakness, numbness, and tingling, lack of coordination, and I don't have any of those problems. Yeah, I'm perfectly fine on my bed here. So,
Okay, Mom.
get my TV through. Oh no, I couldn't seem to pick that up. Let me try. Oh, Olivia, will you please come help me? I seem to fallen. I'm not feeling. Oh no, Mom. I know. I don't know what is happening, but I suddenly feel super weak and tingly, like I can't stand on my legs. I tried to pick this up, but I couldn't pick it up. It fell on the ground.
This is so worrying. Let's go get you to the doctor right away.
Okay.
Hi there. I want to check in my mom to the hospital right now. I just want her to have a quick checkup because lately she's been struggling a lot. This is her signs and symptoms. The first one is she's losing vision, numbness and tingling, the second one. And then she has currently fatigue, muscle weakness, and the other day she fell down because she couldn't pick up her keys due to bad correlation, but it's not she's obviously been having this for a while, so I just really want her to get a checkup.
Hello, Beth and Olivia. My name is Dr. Cullen. I am with you today. I got my white coat on so you know that I'm certified. Um, I, based on your symptoms and your risk factors, I do believe that you might have multiple sclerosis. Unfortunately, there are no labs that we can take that'll definitively say if you will have multiple sclerosis or not. However, we can get an MRI on you, which we did. And based on your MRI, which is right here, we can see that there is demyelinization plaque of the myelin sheaths in your brain. And those are the white areas that are represented in this picture. While there is no cure for multiple sclerosis, there are some medications we can give you that will hopefully slow your progression. I'll list three and, talk about them. The first one is called Ampura. Its chemical name is dalfampyridine. And its class, it's a potassium channel blocker. So it's an oral medication that blocks potassium channels. And when it does this, it can improve the nerve signals that have been damaged by the multiple sclerosis. So it can help with the movement between those nerves and the connection, just helping kind of take away all that like brain fog that you've been experiencing. As I said, it's an oral medication, so it doesn't need to be stored anywhere specifically. I'll just give you a bottle of it and then you'll take it with what I prescribed it with. Some side effects of this can be dizziness, headache, nausea, asthenia, which is weakness, which I know you're experiencing a little bit of that, but it might also cause back pain and it could bring your balance kind of wonky. It could mess with that a little bit. But obviously, these are just side effects. Not everybody experiences these. Some people do very well on it, some people don't. So that's why we have multiple medications that we can try. And then for adverse effects of the Ampura, it can be painful or it can feel like a burning sensation when you urinate, kind of like if you had a UTI. So if that happens, you definitely need to get checked out immediately. It can also cause seizures, so we need your daughter to keep a close eye on you. It's good that you two live together so that she can look out for all of those symptoms. The next drug we have is gabapentin, which is an injection. There are also other names for this drug too. It can also be called Lioresal or Livispat. Sorry about my pronunciation. I'm new to these drugs. And I'm so sorry. I'm just going to look at the screen really quickly. Lexovir, which is an oral medication. The chemical name is baclofen, much easier than the brand names. Its class is a skeletal muscle relaxant, and it is a GABA agonist. So this medication plays a major role in the central nervous system, and its main action is to relieve the symptoms of cramping and muscle tightness caused by spasticity in multiple sclerosis. The first two that I mentioned were injections, and then the other were oral. The injections if we do try those need to be kept refrigerated. Some side effects of these medications are dizziness, confusion, feeling sick or nauseous, headaches and trouble sleeping, constipation, diarrhea, dry mouth and vomiting, urination impairment and urination frequency. Weakness and fatigue can also be a part of it, and hypotension and peripheral edema. So those last two are definitely things to look out for. If you're taking this drug, make sure to get up really slowly because it could drop your blood pressure really bad and you could have a fall again, which would be bad. And then adverse effects for this drug are hallucinations and seizures, which can occur with abrupt withdrawal. So make sure that we are not just like stop taking this medication. It has to be on a very strict time that you take it and make sure that you are consistent with that. And it can also cause CNS depression with slow or shallow breathing. So Olivia, I would greatly appreciate it if you looked out for that when you're taking care of your mom. And then the other drug we have is a drug you probably heard of. It's Botox. And then the chemical name for Botox, if you're wondering, is, I'm also going to look at the computer again really quickly. Look at my chart here. Anabotulinumtoxin A. So that is a neurotoxin. This medication temporarily blocks connections between the nerves and the muscles, resulting in short-term relaxation of the targeted muscle. And Botox is administered by an injection again, so hopefully you do good with injections. And since it is an injection, also keep it fridge temp. Don't have it just sitting out. The side effects for this can be pain, bruising at the injection site, and swelling as well at the injection site, headaches, and then you could also experience some flu-like symptoms. So just feeling congested, sick, things like that. An adverse effect would be an allergic reaction. So if that happens, hives, just like feeling like you can't breathe, things like that, you need to call your provider or me right away. If you even suspect that you're getting early symptoms of an allergic reaction. Make sure that when you're taking these medications that you call me or go to the emergency department if these symptoms become unbearable or your current symptoms start getting worse. I know I've told you a lot of information, so I just want to use something we call the teach back method. Can you just show me your understanding of what I told you by telling me the major side effects that if you experience, you should get looked at right away?
Thank you for your help, doctor.
Thank you, Dr. Cullen. Oh, bring, bring, bring. Oh, gosh, the news station is calling. Hello? An interview of me and my daughter about multiple sclerosis? We'd love to do that. Thank you. And you're going to air our interviews on TV? Oh, that's incredible. I'll make sure to watch those when they air. I'm looking forward to it. Thank you. Hello, my name is Beth, and I have multiple sclerosis. When my journey began, I didn't know what to think when my first symptoms arrived. My vision got worse, which I thought was just from bad genetics, and then it became hard to hold things. I felt super fatigued, but thought I was getting poor quality sleep. I got muscle cramps and aches. All small symptoms that didn't have me worried, but then my extremities started feeling numb and tingling. It was hard to hold anything. That's when I started thinking something was actually wrong. Maybe a circulation problem or muscle degeneration. I didn't really consider it being MS until my daughter brought it up. Some days I would start feeling a little better, but then symptoms would get worse and more would come. I eventually started having trouble with my balance and was scared of falling every time I had to move. This was made worse by the increased frequency I had to pee. I didn't feel comfortable moving on my own, but I had to move quite a bit because I always had to go to the bathroom. I also get a lot of brain fog, and I just can't seem to remember what I'm doing. I have a hard time keeping straight thoughts, and while that's scary, I try to make the best in my situation. I try to stay positive and have fun. Since there's no cure, I know that there's not much I can do but wait for the symptoms to get worse, and I've accepted that. I'm independent when I can be, and when I do need help, I have my daughter who is always there to take care of me.
Hi, my name is Olivia. I am Beth's daughter and also caretaker, and I'm just here to share a few things about my experiences as being a caretaker of someone with MS. Something to start off first is that because she's my mom, it's been very personal and has affected me a lot seeing her struggle like this because no one really wants to see a loved one struggle so much, and you obviously want the best for them. It was rough at first, I will not lie, but over time and understanding the disease really helped me be more caring and also like learning better ways to help her. Another thing I would like to add on to is that being a caretaker also takes like a lot of like patience and effort too, and it's not just like a couple hours a day, it's every day. And I think one of the hardest things is just to see her really struggle at times over, things that she used to do often. But on the plus side, I also get to see how much she's been improving with the constant medications she's been having, and how much she puts effort in to improve her condition. Another plus side thing too is being able to experience like a bond with my mom since I was not able to have that.